Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Mann and I love to play with makeup and with the camera. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you so much for being here either way. I know you have like so many things to do, but if you're spending a few minutes with me, I so appreciate it. Maybe you're sitting down to do your makeup and we're doing it together. That's always one of my favorite things to do. Like if I sit down to do my makeup, I either have to have YouTube playing or the TV or music or something. Like it's just therapeutic, right? It's like one of my favorite parts of the day. So hopefully I can be that for you. But I sat down to do my makeup. It was just gonna be like a chit chat, get ready with me, like everyday makeup. And then like something happened and the glitter and the pinks just like fell onto my eye and I'm not mad at it, you know? I kind of like the look. So anyways, it is super, super rainy and I'm gonna just go out there and it's gonna be ruined. So I have to take all the pictures just to document it. But either way, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would so appreciate that. And hit that notification bell so you can be notified anytime that I upload. But I'm gonna just like stop yapping and let's get into it. All right, we are starting out blank as can be. And it is raining outside. It's been raining for the last, I think 4 or 5 days, so I think I'm going a little mad in the brain. So I was like, let's sit down. I need to do my makeup, but let's just do it together. A little chit chat, get ready with me. I have the tea ready and it's hot. JK, it's not tea, it's BCAAs because I'm so freaking thirsty. My camera keeps cutting off and I don't know why. So if it does it again, I'm done. But anyways, I am blank. You can see my face is actually like doing pretty well. These are not breakouts. My skin is so weird. Like I get clogged pores that turn into red bumps that aren't zits and then they leave scars. That's just the way it is. So I went ahead, already primed my face and then my camera cut off. But I used the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I still haven't picked up the Tatcha Canvas Silk Primer that I want to, that you guys recommended. It is on my list though. So now that I am all primed, I am going to go in with my foundation and we are using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Yes, we are going drugstore today. I recently started using this again, I think 2 or 3 days ago. And I have fallen back in love, especially for days that, like, you don't want to wear your most expensive foundation on a day where you just have to run errands. Like, I'm using the Sonia Kashuk sponge. Remember the last time, my last tutorial, I used the Morphe sponge and I was like, oh, it's a no-go for me. The Sonia Kashuk sponge, very good. It's big, it's squishy. You can buy 2 for $10. Just do it. I got mine at Target and no regrets. Like this foundation, beautiful finish. And this is my perfect shade. So I'm using the shade 120 Classic Ivory. And Ivory is normally like super pale, but this isn't. This is a beautiful. But what I am going to do is I'm gonna take some of my Cover FX drops in the shade Moonlight and I'm just gonna apply it. Well, no. First I'm gonna do concealer. I always do this, I always mix it up. And I'm gonna start with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. This is in the shade Light, and just so you guys know, this is one of my favorite drugstore concealers, but the shades, the color is always darker than what the shade says. Like Light is actually, in my opinion, more medium. So this is for when I'm really self-tanned, and since I'm not like really self-tanned, I'm gonna top it with a lighter shade of Tarte Shape Tape. If you want to know something, like I never talk about this, but the Tarte Shape Tape, I do not know why I do this literally all the time. I call it the Shart Tape Shape. So then we blend and then I will add the Cover FX drops. My Cover FX drops, we are using, what did I say? Shade Moonlight. I just take a little drop and just do a little whoop right there on the back of my hand. Yeah, that's plenty. This stuff goes a long way because it is blinding, honey. So then I just take my sponge, pounce a little, and then put it on the top of my cheekbone. Both sides, give it a little glow on the tip of my nose. And then whenever there's like none left, I'll just kind of blend it around my face just to give a little something, something. And then I am gonna set my under eyes. Oh, talk about tea. Oh my Lord. Okay, so if you follow me on Instagram stories, if you don't, you should. So I was trying a new setting powder. It was the Makeup Revolution Banana Light Setting Powder. I loved it for days. I was like, wow, this stuff is inexpensive. It's amazing. Then I started developing some crazy texture right here. And so I asked on Instagram stories, like, have you guys started developing this texture if you started using this powder? And everyone was like, yes, holy crap. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's this freaking powder. So I am back to the Laura Mercier translucent powder. And funny enough, texture is almost gone since I stopped using that powder just a couple days ago. So I apologize. A lot of people like ripped me a new one for that one. So I'm sorry about that. But you know, we learned together. And like I said, I will find another drugstore powder. But for now, we are back to Laura Mercier Translucent because this is my trusty girl. I trust Laura. She got my back. And then we're going to go ahead and contour. I'm going to be using, no, I'm going to bronze first. I'll bronze and then I'll contour. So for bronzer, you already know I am using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. I'm using the Morphe M530. I really like this brush for applying my bronzer because it's like small enough and precise enough to get it in the areas that I want it, but it's also big enough to cover a bigger area, if you know what I mean. This isn't dark enough today. This is a very like natural bronzer, but I'm gonna go in with my Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter palette. I love this palette, and I'm gonna go in with like kind of mix these two to get a darker bronze color. And what am I using? I'm just using like a Morphe like kind of like flatter paddle brush. Some days I want a little bit of a darker bronze. Now to contour, I'm gonna take this, the single like more ashy shade just by itself. And I'm gonna take, I don't know where this brush is from, but it's kind of just like a dome brush. I'm gonna take that contour shade. Okay, we are bronzed and contoured, but I do want to throw some of that contour shade onto my nose really quickly, nothing crazy. So whenever I'm doing my nose contour, like I kind of go heavy with the shadow, and then you can take your beauty sponge and make it a little more natural looking, but in the beginning I do make it kind of like dark and dramatic, and then I just take my sponge and go over it. Kind of pick up that powder. It still has a little foundation on it, but I mean, look at the difference a little nose contour makes. We're gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Blush Trio in Cocktail Party. So it has 3 different shades. This one is Vegas, Scorching, and Babe. And I think we're gonna mix Scorching and Babe, the little like red and pink. If you want a more like doll-like look, I like the pinky and red. Just kind of put it like all over, give you a little flush of flirty. So I don't know if you guys saw on my Instagram stories this morning, but Chandler, he's so funny because I always get asked like what Chandler does for work, and I really never know how to explain it because it's like so confusing. I'm always like, well, he's in his fellowship, and people are like, oh, he's a doctor, and I'm like, I wish. No, I'm just kidding. I'm like, no, he's not a doctor. So you'll have to go see my Instagram stories to like see like him explaining it. But he gets so passionate, and he's like, well, the name of my job is postgraduate fellow, administrative fellow, and this means that, and I'm like, cheers to you, baby, cheers to you. For highlight, we are gonna start with the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlight. I think we're gonna use like 3 different highlights today, but we're gonna start with Laura Geller because this is just a pretty, it's buildable, so if you want it to be super crazy, you can build it up. But if you want it to be subtle, have a little golden glow, this is the one for you, bae. But that's just not enough. It's not enough today. So we're gonna go in with one that I totally forgot I even had. This is the Kylie Cosmetics, I think it's like banana split, something banana, but this is such a, I used the crud out of it. Just forgot about it because I had some others. But this one, oh, yep, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, speaking of Kylie, Lord help them, child, that family. Lord help them. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some finishing spray just to set all of that powder in. And I'm using the Urban Decay D-Slick setting powder, or V-Slick setting spray. And then when it's almost dry, you guys are gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna put a little more highlight on. I don't need any more, but I can do what I want. I'm taking my sponge and I'm gonna push everything in and melt it together like butter. Oh God, I want butter so bad. Ooh, honey, but you know what? Bikini season is upon us and it is time to get right and tight in the bootay. I'm gonna do my brows off camera because we know already I have a brow video and this is not my brow pencil, so I need to get my brow pencil. I wish I could just like not do brows, but I'll be right back. Now we're gonna move on to eyes, and I think I'm gonna zoom you guys in for a little bit of eye action to make things a little easier. Hey, we are up close and personal, honey. I am using the, what is this? Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. This thing has been out for like, what, 2 years now, but it's still one of my all-time favorites. So you know what? We're not even playing around. We're just gonna go in, and I have no idea what I'm doing, but we're gonna have some fun today. I'm gonna first go in with the shade Burnt Orange right here as my transition shade, and I'm going in with the Jaclyn Hill Morphe, the Jaclyn Hill eye brush set, the big fluffy brush, JH30 brush. Transition shade is laid, and it's one of my favorite colors. I love to have like an orange in the crease. So then we are gonna go in with, what is this? The JH32 brush, which is a little more precise. And I think I'm gonna go in with Red Ochre and kind of put that down in the crease. I love this palette because of all the reds and oranges. So I have no idea where I'm going with this. We're just going. And then I'm gonna go back in with Burnt Orange and just blend out the edges just a little bit. Now I'm gonna go in with Love Letter, which is kind of this dark pink shade. I think it comes off more red though. And put that like on the outer corner just to give it some color out here. I'm gonna take this really orange color called Real Gar, I think that's how you pronounce it, and we're gonna kind of pop that, like blending even the transition shade out just to get some orange up there. I think it'll be really pretty. So I'm gonna take like a smaller brush, a tiny precision brush, and I'm gonna take this Cypress Umber, whatever this dark brown shade is. I'm gonna apply it right at the line here, right at your lash line, and just the outer corner, just to bring a little bit of darkness out here. So I'm gonna keep that dark, but then I'm gonna take some glitter glue. This is the Too Faced Shadow Insurance glitter glue, and I'm gonna apply it kind of on the lid and the inner corner here, because once I apply those shimmer shades in this palette, this is gonna help those shimmer shades to really pop. So I'm gonna go in with Vermeer, which is the shade Rachant. Oh, wowza! Oh wow, that's really pretty. I don't want that to be such a harsh line though, so I'm gonna go back in with that little precision brush and blend some of that out. I feel like we lost some of that pink, so I'm gonna go back in with the Love Letter shade and just add a little bit more pink. I'm digging this, yes honey. I don't know if I wanna do a wing though, like I don't really wanna take away from the look. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop on some lashes really quick off of camera, and then we will do the bottom lash line. Now that the lashes are on, I am just using the Whoa. Now that the lashes are on, I am just using the Ardell Wispies. Oh my lord, I'm a mess today. They are perfect because you can still see through the lashes to see the eyeshadow, and it doesn't just completely block out, and they're not so full that you can't see like the masterpiece that you just created. So let's move on to the bottom lash line. We are going to first add some liner. We're gonna just do some black waterline, and this is the Tarte. What is this? It's just like a double-ended Tarte liner. One has the felt tip, one has the regular old kohl liner. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna go back into the Modern Renaissance palette, and we are gonna take this flat brush. This is also Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH43. We're gonna go back in with that Cypress Umber, which is that dark brown color. And we're just gonna push that on the lash line super close. I've decided that we are gonna blend it out with the Love Letter color, the pink color, and bring that pink together. I'm gonna do a little bit of that bright orange as well to blend it out a little bit more. I am going to highlight the inner corner of my eyes, and I am using the ColourPop Flexitarian highlighter. You guys have heard me talk about this so many times because it's so blinding. And so I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner. Like, oh my gosh. And I'm also going to do my little brow bone. Perfect. Lips, I'm going in with like a nudie lip, and we're doing the Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in the shade Naked. I'm gonna add a little bit of gloss. I'm gonna do the Kylie Cosmetics gloss, and literally, this is literally my favorite lip gloss right now. And we done. All right guys, that's the entire tutorial. So again, I sat down to do an everyday makeup. This happened, but it was a lot of fun. So I hope that you learned something today. Drop me a comment. Let me know what else you want to see. Let me know your favorite palette. Let me know what you like about life, a random fact about you. I talked this whole time. Like, I want to hear you guys talk back to me. So again, thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this a thumbs up if this is like the type of video that you like to see. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.